When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Absolutely, unequivocally, yes, is the answer. Now, here is the host of The Long Bearded Guy, the Chief Catalyst, Strategist Guide at Jewel International, Gordon D. Melville.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to The Long Bearded Guy with Gordon D. Melville. That's me on Inspired Choices Network. It's December. Welcome to Red Fridays. And today my Santa hat works as the red. And so, you know what? I put it on today. Red Fridays, RED, remember everyone deployed. They stand on a wall for us. They look after us. They're willing to stand in the fray. I want to make sure we honor and respect and show gratitude for them doing that, because we are allowed to do the stuff we do because they are doing what they're doing. And so massive, massive respect to them. Lots of love. So today we're talking about the discipline of daily excellence. The discipline of daily excellence. As you know, if you listen to me at all, you know I work with a pro basketball team. I work with pro athletes, and some of the things that we teach them or talk about with them in terms of being able to have discipline around their excellence. How do we raise them up or lift them up? We teach them some tools. We give them some ideas. I give them some strategies and some things that they tips and hacks and things that they can use. And so I thought, you know what, as we get into the Christmas season, we a lot of us get ourselves going, and we lose track of being present. We lose track of the discipline, right? We eat different. We don't exercise, like, or sometimes our schedules and our routines go for a crap because we justify that by saying, oh, it's okay because it's Christmas or it's holiday season or whatever, and we discount it. And so, the people that are at their highest level and the people that want to be at their highest level of excellence, want to push themselves forward, they don't take that time off. They don't, and it doesn't mean they have to don't enjoy the Christmas dinner and all the baked, enjoy that stuff, but do it with, don't lose track of your routines. Don't lose track of your daily excellence, the discipline that you use day after day after day after day after day. And so, you know what? I'm going to give you in another minute or two, but Jim Rohn had said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So we don't let it go. We don't let it go. I'm going to come back to a couple of those quotes, and I've got some more of those for you. But if you know who I am, I'm still the lovable, long-bearded guy. And if you don't know who I am, I'm on a mission to positively change the lives of every man I meet by increasing their relationships, by giving them some tools and strategies to deal with their life in a positive way. As a suicide survivor, I have a real passion for that piece and understanding what deep depression looks like. And you know what? The holiday time is one of the worst times for mental awareness challenges. Suicides go up January, February, right? Around Christmas time, around Thanksgiving, around holidays, because they're lonely and they don't know where to go. And it lets them nothing to distract them, and they focus on themselves. And so I have a heart, and I heard of somebody else this morning, and it hurts me. It hurts my heart. It really does. And so I want to make sure we get this message out. And I'm the founder and CEO at Jewel International. I'm a legacy and resiliency strategist. I'm a multi-award-winning international best-selling author multiple times. And I am an elite performance catalyst for a pro basketball team that I mentioned locally. They were finalists last year. They got within one game of winning it all. It was the first winning season they had in the history of the franchise doing mindset work. It does work, folks. This isn't woo-woo. And you may hear say, oh, Lord, that's what. Okay, if it's too woo, it's too woo. Right. But you've heard me say it over and over and over. If you want to move to another level, if you want to increase or level up, you have to do something different, because the energy and the mind it took to get you to where you are today will not solve the challenges you have. Right. That's a quote. the energy that it took to create the challenges can't be used. It's useless to be able to fix those challenges. So you have to put something else in, infuse something else into your life. And so I'm here to help you with that. I'm here to give you those things, or to try and help you with that if you want to. And if you don't want to, you're probably not listening to me anymore, because I'm not here to coddle people. I'm not here I mean, it doesn't mean I won't lift you up and dust you off and pat you on the back and go, hey, well, let's go. That will still happen. I will still do that. But if you're not already kicking your own butt, I'm not your guy. If you're looking for me to kick your butt, I'm not your guy. So you know what? I teach the 7 levels of emotional intelligence for men. I've got a multitude of different ways you can plug into me. By the way, through this piece today, you want to grab a journal and something to write with, because I'm going to give you a whack of stuff, a whack of information today, a whole bunch of it. And you're going to want to write some of this stuff down. You're going to want to remember, and you're not going to remember. So whether you're listening to this live or you're listening to this on the replay, make sure you have something to write with and to write on. You got about 20 seconds to get that going. But you can plug into me. Email me at thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. And I'm looking for that engagement. I'm excited for you to find us on Apple TV and Google TV and Inspired Choices Network, the app. It's a free download. Download it. I'm not the only person on there. There's some really, really, really good hosts on there. There's some incredible information, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. People are like, oh, Gord, I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't have the money to buy books or courses, I can't afford your fee. And I'm like, great, then at least plug into the free stuff. At least take advantage. There's gobs of it. Take advantage of what's there, but plug in. You find my show, please share it. Please share it. These messages have to get out to the world. And you know what? We have a world at the moment that needs to hear this stuff. More than ever before, we need to hear, hey, you know what? Here's some positive. Here's some tools to be able to move your life forward in a positive way. I'm on 450 platforms multiple times a week. We're all over the place, YouTube and Facebook and iHeartRadio, and we're everywhere. Spotify. Find what works for you. Plug into that and find me there. If you plug The Long Bearded Guy into any social media platform, you will find me. You will find me. Plug in and listen to whatever it is that you need to hear. All right. Please love, like, share, subscribe, do the regular things, right? Hit the bell so you don't miss any of the, you hear everybody say that. But it does help the algorithm, and it does help pay for the show. So we really, really appreciate that when you do that. But engagement for me isn't just the likes and the loves and the shit. What I'm looking for in engagement is for you to reach out to me and tell me, Gord, I love this stuff. It's awesome. Or Gord, you're full of shit. This is bullshit. Or Gord, I've got some questions. Or Gord, how do I plug into your stuff? thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. That's how you get a hold of me. Please do that. I don't want to beg, but please do that. I'm here to help. I'm here to be a resource. I tell the guys all the time, I'm here to be a resource for you, but resources are only as good as you use them. It doesn't mean anything if you don't plug into it. You have to use it. So real quick here, there's a couple other quotes. Jim Rohn also said, we must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret and disappointment. One of those two things, by the way, is a little bit of a pain in the butt. The other one will bury you. Literally will crush you. And that's not the discipline. The discipline is the light stuff. The discipline is the light. Is it a pain in the bum in the moment? Sometimes, yeah. But you know what? Not doing stuff will bury you. You want to make your life easier? If you do the hard stuff, the discipline, your life will be easier. If you try and do the easy stuff, I'm not putting the discipline in, I'm not doing all the good stuff, your life will be way harder because the challenges are way more. If we do the things we know we're supposed to do daily, every day, it gets better. This is the key to time management, to see the value in every moment, Time management. We're not getting the time back. When this show started, however many minutes ago, it's already, that stuff's gone. We're not getting the time back. You're not getting the time you spent with me already today back. It's gone. They say yesterday's a canceled check. Tomorrow's a promissory note. Today is the only cash I have, so spend it wisely. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised later today. Holding on to your daily excellence routines will help, and that discipline will help leave legacy, because you're doing that every day, folks. That's not an end of life thing. Legacy is just what you poured into other people. You do it without even having an awareness that you're plugging positive and negative into other people. People that you see on the street, people you see in the grocery store, or at the bank, or where you're plugging into them. Your family, your friends, your work colleagues, you're plugging into them. You're pouring legacy into them every day. Every day. Be aware of what your legacy is. So having regular discipline for excellence, daily discipline for excellence, is something that, because if you live every day like it could be your last, one day it will be. And I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm saying, you know what? Pay attention. Life is short. Life is short. Make the impact. And spending time with loved ones in the moment will be a positive impact. I tell you, I swear to you, children are not looking for the stuff. Again, Christmas is coming. It's not about what you give them. It's not about all the toys and the stuff, what they want, what people want and desire and need right now. They're craving time together, not fighting over politics or religion or not fighting. Just spend the time together, folks. For some people, this will be their last Christmas together for a multitude of different reasons that we don't know yet. Use the time wisely. Put the discipline of your daily excellence into all of your days. Lou Holtz said, winners embrace hard work. They love the discipline of it, the trade-off they're making to win. Losers, on the other hand, see it as punishment, and that's the difference. You look at it as hard, you embrace hard work. You see it, okay, I love hard work. I love working hard, because the opposite, the other side of that, not the opposite, but the other side of it, if you look at hard work as punishment, that you're not going to do it. That's why you don't do it. It's punishment. It's hurting me. No, it's not. If you want to win, you got to do it. And Robert Kiyosaki said, confidence comes from discipline and training. Our thought leaders sharing with us where they're at and what's going on, how to move forward, and you know what? I work with a lot of elite top level people in sports and in business, entertainment. But how do they get there? How do they get to that level? The discipline of daily excellence, folks, the routines, the habits they form. It's important. You want to get ahead, you got to do it. All right, quick thing. I got to do a couple quick shout outs here. My first one is for Jose Escobar, as the founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. Check out the Connected Leaders Academy membership to take your business to the next level. This is the perfect tribe to learn, grow, and connect like never before. The Connected Leaders Academy tribe brings together some of the highest level entrepreneurs from all over the world. Set up your virtual coffee with Jose Escobar today, and you can reach him at www.theentrepreneursbookshelf.com. There's about 450 people, 470 people in that group globally in like 18 or 19 countries. Incredible group. You want to move up, you want to plug into a group, plug into the Connected Leaders Academy. Reach out to Jose, the theentrepreneursbookshelf.com. The other shout out I want to do as we go to break here, you've heard me say, if you've listened for the last 2.5 seasons, you'll know I talk about pausing and breathe. As we go to a break, pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. Why? Because it helps us ground. It helps us focus. We pause and breathe. It puts us in the moment. We're giving ourselves that gift. It's called the present, folks. Right now is called it's a gift. Don't look past it. And so Our Pause and Breathe is brought to you by Austin J. Haynes. Expand your pause and breathe experience and knowledge, and by connecting with mindful poet and mentor Austin J. Haynes to spark your midlife reinvention in an unexpected way. Austin's journey from a college dropout to a Fortune 500 company and then to a poet will inspire you. Go to austinjhaynes.com for his latest podcast, Recorded in Nature. He does some amazing, amazing work, breath work and presence and understanding. And some of the things we talk about today, he does. You plug into Austin, incredible guy. So as we go to break here, don't forget to pause and breathe. I've got my tea in my special mug. Thank you for that. But as we go to break, don't forget to pause and breathe and center yourself and be ready for the next. We're going to start to talk about types of discipline.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at Jewel International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Long-Bearded Guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with. You are with the Long-Bearded Guy, Gordon D. Melville. That's me on Inspired Choices Network. And today we're talking about the discipline of daily excellence. The discipline of daily excellence. What do the people we all look up to or that we want to emulate, all these really elite humans, whether they're sports, business, they're athletes, they're entertainers, all these different people that we look up to and go, wow, how do I do that? We teach them. They have disciplines. They have daily disciplines. That's why they are where they are. And so some of the things that we teach, I'm sharing and pulling back the curtain a little bit and sharing with you some of the things that clients that have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get will plug into. So again, if you've got something to write with or write on, if you don't, you're going to want it because here it comes. Okay. As we get going, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different discipline types. We're not going to talk about all 10. Well, I'm going to share them with you what they are, but we're going to go through just a couple key ones so that you get a kind of a flavor and an understanding of, hey, this is the type of thing that Gordon teaches, or this is the type of thing that will help me move forward, right? We'll go through about 3, maybe 4 if we have time, but in more detail. But we got the same type of a list for all the other ones as well. And all these types of things are what move them forward. So types of daily disciplines. The first one I want to talk about is self-care. The discipline of daily excellence, the routine daily in terms of self-care is the first one. So that could be massage work. It could be like a massage or chiropractic, anything you're doing, body work that helps with recovery and relaxation. So for athletes, after a game, they do, you see them sit in an ice bath. Those are types of things that are self-care, but they have to do it as a routine. It's something that happens every time, consistently, time after time after time after practice, after games. They're doing it every day, every day. Meditation, they're spending time with themselves. That's part of our self-care. It's part of thinking. We can do lots of things during that time, whether we're doing visualization, which we talk about in another section, but visualization or understanding, lead meditation. If you can't record, my brain always runs all over the place. I had the same problem. I'm like, oh, how do I be quiet for even 5 minutes? How do I do that without my brain running in 1,000 different ways, 1,000 different places? A lead meditation sometimes is a great way to get that started, so that you're thinking about what they're saying. You're not thinking about your own stuff. Spa, cold therapy, like I said, cold bath, right? Or spa days. Resilience building disciplines, things that will move you forward and build. So it's about how many times, not about how many times I get hit. It's about how many times I can get hit and to keep moving forward. Rocky, right? How many times I only have to get up once more than I fall down to be successful. But that takes resilience. Most people don't do it. That's the sad truth. Less than 3% of the population is doing any kind of personal development. Why? Because it's hard. It's messy. They don't want to get up. They get beat up and they lose people around them. And is it difficult? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. Is it messy? Is it? Yes. All those things are true. But I'll guarantee you it's worth it if we do it. So internal reflection on previous challenges overcome is a self-care piece, right? How did oh my God, I'm no good. Wait a second. Have you overcome something like this before? Have you overcome anything before? Yes. So visualize internal reflection on things you've overcome in the past to give you some confidence to be able to know, hey, I can get through this next piece. I can get through this. Go even deeper. Exposure to controlled stressors. Think Navy SEALs Hell Week. It's a controlled stressor. Now, can you get into Hell Week? I was suggesting you try and do Hell Week. No, I am not. Unless you're really keen on that, and by all means, you know what, knock it out of the park. I got you. Right? But exposing ourselves to controlled stressors, that's stepping out of our comfort zone for lots of people. Right? Is that controlled? No, it's not. If there's ways to control it, great. And a lot of times, and I want to pump this in here, a lot of times finding ways to expose yourself to controlled stressors is hiring a mentor or a coach like myself that can put you in a space and do some exercise type things with you that will put you in that space, that will give you that sensation and teach you those things. So that's self-care. As a type of discipline, self-care is one of the types of discipline that we need to do daily. Self-care. I was taught in church, we were taught at home, others first, others first, others first, others first. And I'm not saying we shouldn't, but they didn't tell us. And I think to the detriment of a lot of us, because it hurt in the long run, 3 decades of pushing everybody else first, not looking after myself. No self-care. I was teaching it, but I wasn't doing any of it. And eventually my body said, I'm out. And I was bedridden for 2 years. But literally, I would fall down 2 or 3 times trying to get to the bathroom. We have to look after ourselves. Self-care is there. It's looking after yourself first so that I can show up the way I'm supposed to, or the way I want to in my life. It's not look after yourself first instead of my responsibilities to my family and my friends and my colleagues and my clients and everybody. It's not instead of, it's so that I can. And people say to me all the time, Gord, I don't have time to do self-care. I don't have time to do all of that stuff. Really? I tell my pro athletes, you know what time do you usually get up? Well, I get up at 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever it is. Great. How long is it going to take you to do the self-care that you need to do to prep for today? And we go over that and whatever. So I pull a number, a lot of times it's an hour, between an hour, 60 and 90 minutes usually. So, okay, so it's an hour. So you're usually getting up at 6 o'clock. Congratulations. Now you're getting up at 5 o'clock. Oh, man. Well, do you want to be successful or no? Do you want to do that? Because you're going to tell me, Gord, I couldn't fit it in. That's why people can't fit it in, because they're allowing their day to suck them sideways in 1,000 different directions. We all know that's what's going to happen. And then they don't have time to do it. So we do it first to prep ourselves, the discipline, the daily discipline of self-care first. And if that means you have to go to bed a little bit early, then you do that. You want to be successful or don't you? You want to hit your goals or don't you? You want to be elite? You want to be successful or no? And if you don't, no problem. Don't do it. Don't do it. But then don't bitch and whine and complain because your life isn't what you want it to be. Because one has to be there for the other to happen. So self-care is the first type of daily discipline we're talking about. The next one is physical disciplines. So self-care is first. Physical is the second one I want to talk about quickly. And I'm going to go through these fairly quick because there's a whole whack of stuff here. Physical disciplines could be, and these are fairly self-explanatory, looking after your body. You only have one. You're only going to get one. You're issued one when you were conceived. It's the only one you're going to have. So you got to look after your earth suit, right? We got to look after them. Daily exercise, stretching and mobility work. And that's what I struggle with. I go to a chiropractor, he gives me some exercises. I'm still doing concussion therapy protocol from my accident in May. And so, but that includes a lot of stretching and mobility work to try and work my neck and my back, my lower back and my hips, right? But if we don't do the stretching, we don't do the work, we sit there and we can't do and function the way we need to physically because our bodies, as we get older, right, it breaks down with time. We're trying to slow that down. Strength training, working out, right? We lose muscle mass and muscle fiber and what as we get older. So being able to do a little bit of weight training, strength training, cardio workout, whether that's running on a treadmill or on the road or biking or whatever it is, whatever you're doing is cardio workout. Recovery days, take the time off. You have to have the downtime. If you go to the gym 7 days a week for 90 minutes every day, you're going to burn out. You're going to overwork the muscles and then you don't grow. It's counterproductive. You have to have recovery days. Hydration. If you're not drinking 3 to 5 liters of water every day, a gallon of water every day, you're not staying flushed the way. That's on top of anything else you drink. I drink a lot of tea, but that's before I drink between 3 and 5 liters of water every day. And I do it for a multitude of other reasons too, but hydration, we got to do it. Your body needs that. Balanced diets, meal timing. When do you eat? This thing where, and I did it for years, no breakfast, no lunch, and at supper, I would have a normal supper. Well, and that would go right through me because my body's like, what the hell is this? Right. And intermittent fasting, I know you can try and do that, but whatever it is you're doing, meal timing with a balanced diet, sleep optimization. You can't give your body 2 hours of sleep every night and expect it to function properly, right? As far as diets and meal, you can't put regular test in a Ferrari and expect it to give you what you want. You can't expect it to operate the way you want it to at that high level. And then active recovery. So light activities, yoga, swimming, or walking for recovery, right? For recovery. To be able to optimize your body so that you can move from day to day to day to day to day. And you can still do the stuff you want to do, right? Going partying and being active in sports and with your friends and with your family. At Christmas time, you're going to want to be active and maybe you're snowshoeing or skiing or snowmobiling, whatever it is. If you happen to have snow, I'm in Canada, so we have we will have snow. But whatever it is you're doing as an activity, and as I get older, I realize very quickly, you know what? If I'm not stretching and I'm not doing the things I need to do, then it's for my body to work optimally. I can't perform. I can't do the things that I want to do. I can't show up the way I want to for the people in my life and to do the things I want to do. So that's physical discipline. So we've talked self-care and physical disciplines. I got to take another break. We're going to talk some more about some of these things. So again, shout out Jose Escobar, founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. Check out the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf to learn about his morning and evening routine mastery program. Ding, 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 ding. A daily discipline of excellence. Hello. So check that out. It's changing people's lives. The program will help you install systems on the bookends of your day to maximize your morning and evening routine. Set up your free strategy session with Jose Escobar today. You can reach him at theentrepreneursbookshelf.com. And then the next shout out, the last one is Austin J. Haynes. We talk about our pause and breathe, right? Our pause and breathe. So it's brought to you by Austin J. Haynes. Expand this pause and breathe. This experience, you want to learn more about pause and breathe, why it's so important to our lives? Connect with the mindful poet and mentor, Austin James Haynes, to spark your midlife reinvention in an unexpected way. Go to austinjhaynes.com for his latest podcast, Recorded in Nature. It's always amazing. I love it. Helps center. You want to meditate? That's a great way to do that. You want to be mindfulness training. We're going to talk about that in another piece, but that will help with that. So as we go to a break here, pause and breathe to ground yourself. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. That's me on Inspired Choices Network. I will be right back.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at Jewel International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
The Connected Leaders Academy is the #1 fastest growing networking community for entrepreneurs. CLA assembles high-level leaders, titans of industry, and business owners under one roof. If you're an entrepreneur looking to grow personally, professionally, scale your influence, develop skills, and expand your network exponentially, the CLA is where you need to be. Want on to more podcasts and shows, speak on more stages, sell more books, products, and services, get more leads, referrals, acquire new clients, develop lifelong friendships, and more. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. Contact Jose Escobar on Facebook or check out www.claglobalsummit.com for more information.
This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey everybody, welcome back. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. That's me on Inspired Choices Network. And today we're talking about the discipline of daily excellence. What do all the people we look up to, what are they doing day to day to day to day? How do they get there? How do they succeed at that level? There's some ways they do that. There's some tips they use to do that. So we're talking about, I'm giving you some of the sort of that little bit of a peek behind that curtain of things they're doing. And again, if you're not writing this stuff down, it's gone. You have to listen to it again and again and again and again and again. Most people, even if you take good notes, you'll retain less than 10% of what you hear, even if you take good notes. So take good notes and then review them regularly. Go back and listen to this again, write them down, watch it again, or listen to it again, write them down. They'll help. And you know what? I'm giving them to you to help you. It doesn't help me at one hoot. If you do them, don't do them, it won't impact me in the least. It will impact you in a positive way if you do them, right? It's about the heavy lifting is yours, not mine. I can lead the horse to water, but I can't put a bathing suit on it, right? I can't, at the end of the day, I can't do it for you. I can't want it more for you than you want it for you. Nobody can. We have to do the work ourselves. If we're not prepared to do that, then we have to sort of take our lumps wherever we're at, right? Extreme ownership. All right. So the third one I want to talk about with you is mental disciplines, mindset work, right? What's going on in our head? Nothing happens in our body. Nothing happens outside of our body. without our brain doing something to get that happening and to catalyze that, right? I reach down for my mug. I don't think about it. I just reach over and grab my mug and yep, okay, right? But something in my head has to send the stimulus down my arm, right? The energy, right down my arm. Hey, hand, grab that handle. Yep, or you got it? Yeah. It's firm. Yep, you're not gonna drop it. No, okay. Hold on, bring it to my mouth. Come on, it's a big target. You can do it. Come on. Right? And put it back. Don't spill it. Don't tip it over. Keep it. I'm not thinking that consciously most of the time. But something in my brain is doing that. Something in my brain is giving that instruction to my body. Nothing happens in your life. Nothing happens inside you or outside of you without your input. You need input. People, oh no, Gordon, that's my boss or my, no. You chose to be there. You chose to be in that relationship or in that job. You chose to go to that store. You chose to drive on that road. Extreme ownership. So mental disciplines. And again, I'm going to run through these fairly quick because there's a bunch and I want to get to some other stuff. Visualization, rehearsing success. Think about it. Before you go into a game, a lot of these pro athletes are doing a thing where they sit down before the game. Part of their prep is to close their eyes and sit, sometimes a little bit of music, but they're watching the game play out that they haven't played yet, but they're watching it in a positive way. They're watching their passes and they're watching their at-bats, or they're watching their passes in hockey, whatever the sport is, it doesn't matter. The point is they're watching that game transpire in a positive way with a positive outcome for them. Visualization, meditation. We talked about that a little bit earlier, practicing mindfulness. Meditating with, and again, you want to do it at the beginning to get that muscle to work. This is all different. You're going to look at all this stuff and go, well, this feels weird. Yes, but anything you do different is going to feel weird. But what kind of a tool can you give yourself to help yourself along? And listening to a guided meditation on a topic you want, whether it's calm or it's excitement or it's focus or whatever it is, and start with something small. Start with a 2-minute or a 3-minute or 5 minutes. Start with something little. And then as you can do that and you become comfortable with that, then you can increase it to 7 and 10 and 15 and half an hour and whatever. Meditation, positive intention, self-talk. We beat the shit out of ourselves. We say things to ourselves we would never say to anybody else, even people we don't like. We treat ourselves horribly. Practice a mental discipline, a daily discipline of excellence, positive, intentional self-talk. Say good things to yourself. They do it with plants, right? You've seen the studies where two plants exactly the same, they plant them the same way. One, they talk to nice, right? They say wonderful things in a wonderful, nice tone, and they encourage it and whatnot. And the other, they treat like crap, and they still water it. It still gets water and sun, but they talk nasty to it in a negative tone, and they say horrible things to it. And it shrivels. It doesn't do anywhere near what the other one does. Even that's a living thing, folks. We respond the same way. Positive, intentional self-talk, journaling. Again, don't tell me you don't have time. What I just heard was I don't want to. Because if you really wanted to, you'd find the time. Or you'd search ways to make sure you could figure out how to do it inside the time you've got. Right? It's the expectation. Well, I got to sit down and write for an hour. No. I got to write a page or two. No. Stop. Sit down and write for 5. Set it in your brain as part of your self-care. For 5 minutes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to write for 5 minutes. Whatever comes out in 5 minutes, and if nothing comes out in 5 minutes, that's great. I'm going to write, hey, I got nothing new to add today. That's literally what I'm going to write. I've been doing it for 35 years every day. Daily excellence. Discipline of daily excellence. Setting intention. Do you set the intention for your day? It's going to be a great day. You don't hear me say, have a nice day. Don't make the best of whatever happens. We've been gifted the ability to make it what we want it to be. We control not what happens to us always, but we can control how we respond to that. Setting an intention in a positive way. Mental toughness training, resilience through controlled adversity. Again, think SEAL, mental drills. Reading and learning. When was the last time you picked up a book? Not a magazine, not a picture book, right? Not a comic book, not a fiction. When was the last time you picked up an autobiography or a biography or a business book or something that has some kind of, that you have some kind of an interest in? Reading and learning, that's a mental discipline daily. And again, it goes back to the expectation. Oh, I got to read. No, set 5 pages. I'm going to read 5 pages of a book every day. 75 Hard, if you've heard of that. They read 10 pages. That's part of the daily discipline routine of excellence. They have 10 pages in a book every day. And it has to be a nonfiction type book, business type book, personal development of some kind. 10 pages every day, every day, every day, every day. When you get into that habit, after 90 days, 75 days, it becomes a habit. And then you're on a track. It lets you move forward and have excellence in your life. Reading and learning, mindfulness practices. So learning to stay present in pressure situations. And again, we go back to the pause and breathe. That's learning, mindfulness practice. How do I stay present right here, right now? How do I leave behind anxiety, anxiety about what's happened in the past? It's gone. Forget about it. Stop shooting all over yourself. You made a different choice. Own it and move forward. You can't do anything about it anyway. You can't change it. We have fear of the future. But both of those things rob us from being right here, right now. You want to impress your wife or your significant other or your kids? Forget about what's going on later today or yesterday and be right here, right now with them. Be present right here, not thinking about something else. Your body's here, but your brain sometimes isn't. Be right here, right now. It'll make a monster impact on them, and they'll feel the difference of that. Mindfulness practices, reframing failures. So that didn't work. You know what? No big deal. I didn't fail. I learned another way not to do that. Take the education part of it and move forward. Reframing failures, gratitude practices. If you're not writing 3 to 5 gratitudes a day, every day as part of your end of day routine, there's so much negative in the world. There's so much negative. It's easy to find the shitty parts of our lives. It's easy to find. Very easy to find. Focus on some positive. Before you go to bed at night, before you close your eyes, give your brain something positive to think about. And make them different things every day. They don't have to be monumental big things. A glance from my kids, a hug from my sons, something that a smile from my wife. They don't have to be monumental big things. I woke up today. There's snow. Do I like shoveling snow? No, I don't. But you know what? I woke up. People go, oh, that's nothing. No, that's something, because more than 6 figures of people globally didn't get that leg up this morning. They didn't wake up. So it's something. Stuff that we're given without costing us anything sometimes, we don't value the same way. We don't think about them the same way. Well, we take it for granted. It was just there. We have to be able to learn to appreciate the bits and pieces of our lives, the people that are in our life. I say to my producer today, she's on holidays. It looks like she's in Greece. And you know what? I appreciate her. I don't take that for granted. She supports me in 1,000 ways. I appreciate her so much. I love her to death. I tell people all over the place, she's an oracle. Broadcasting oracle. She's forgotten more than most people will ever know, because she's incredible. But showing that gratitude in the space, we need to do it for each other. I love you too, hon. All right, so I need to take another quick break. I want to do this last shout out as we go to a break here with Pause and Breathe. Pause and Breathe. Don't forget to pause and breathe. But it's brought to you by Austin J. Haynes. Expand your pause and breathe experience by connecting with mindful poet and mentor Austin James Haynes to spark your midlife reinvention in an unexpected way. Go to austinjhaynes.com for his latest podcast, Recorded in Nature. Learn how to do that. Why is that such a big thing? Why is it such a huge, huge deal to be able to pause and breathe? It grounds us. It gives us focus. It helps us focus in the moment. We're going to talk in the next little segment. Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk real quick about, well, I think there's one other piece here I want to touch on real quick, and some breathing ideas that can help focus, energize you. Don't go anywhere. You're with Gordon D. Melville. That's me, the long bearded guy on Inspired Choices Network. I'll be right back.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at Jewel International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. Almost forgot who I was there for a second. And today we're talking about the discipline of daily excellence. We're talking about what does it take to be excellent? What does that mean on a day-to-day basis? And I've given you, three or four so far, types of daily disciplines that could be something that you put into your life. I'm running out of time. If these things resonate with you or you want to hear what the rest of them are about, thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Reach out to me, engage, ask, hey, Gord, what are the other ones? Can we have a quick conversation and talk about the other ones? Happy to give them to you. The next one real quick is emotional disciplines. Emotional disciplines. That's EQ. You hear me talk about it all the time. Emotional quotient. What is that? Learning emotional regulation. So managing stress. That's the whole, and anxiety with breathing exercises or therapy. And therapy isn't a bad thing. I have a therapist and people go, are you messed up that bad? I'm like, no, I have a family doctor. Nobody asked me about that. Do you go to them once a year? They're supposed to. We're supposed to. Why? Are we sick? No. What we're trying to do is make sure everything's okay. A therapist lets me talk to somebody that's skilled in asking questions to make sure I'm okay. Sometimes when I'm talking to them, I'm messed up. But most of the time when I'm talking to them, it's a check. It's hey, is everything good? Is everything copacetic? Is everything the way it's supposed to be? Breathing, 4-8-4. So close your eyes, inhale through your nose for 4 beats, and then hold it for 8 beats, and then blow out of your mouth. Exhale as hard as you can for 4 beats. What that's doing is inhaling new oxygen. We hold it inside of ourselves. That lets that oxygen feed our brain and our organs and our muscles and everything. And then I'm blowing out really hard for 4 beats to get all of that out, to get the stale air out. 4-8-4. Use that kind of a breathing for and you know what? If you're instead of drinking a Red Bull, do that 3 or 4 times. You'll be way more focused, instantly focused. You can do it in the car. You can do it wherever. It works unbelievably well. You want to be focused right here, right now? Try that breathing exercise. Emotional disciplines, building emotional quotient by improving self-awareness. improving our empathy, sympathy, improving our interpersonal skills, being able to and next week we're going to talk about precision communication. So interpersonal skills, how I talk to them, how I show up in their life. It's a big deal. Another emotional piece is connecting with loved ones. We're going to do that with Christmas coming. Spend the time, seek mentorship with somebody like me. That will help your emotional discipline. They can lead you. Again, the energy that got you where you are will not get you where you want to go. You have to infuse something different. I can help you with that. thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Celebrate small wins. People, oh, there's nothing. No, did you do it? Yes, that's a win. Doesn't matter how small it is. Incremental progress, it's still progress. It's still forward movement. Don't discount it. Oh, it was nothing. It was something. Don't do that to yourself. We all do it. We go, oh, that was just no big deal. It was a big deal. You did something that maybe other people could do. That's not the point. You did it for them. You did it to help them. Don't discount the small wins. Boundary setting, protecting personal time from external demands or distractions. Having boundary settings. We get hurt sometimes because we don't set the boundaries. We don't have healthy boundaries around our own time. We don't get personal time the way we need to because we allow our work to, there's no such thing as balance, work-life balance. No, work-life harmony. Work-life harmony. Sometimes we're going to spend more time at work. Sometimes we're going to spend more time at home. It's a harmony. It's not a balance. It's not balance, folks. Stop trying to get it to be balanced. It's not. Boundary setting. So, and I'm running out of time. So the other one's really fast, and I'm not going into detail on them. Goal-oriented disciplines, routine-based disciplines, leadership and teamwork disciplines, productivity disciplines, community engagement disciplines, and adaptability disciplines. There's a whole bunch of different kinds. If you want to know more about them, reach out to me. I will give them to you. These are not just habits, but deliberate, intentional choices, folks. You make the choice that need to be made to achieve excellence in our lives if that's what we want. It helps with physical performance, mental clarity, emotional balance, and long-term fulfillment. That's legacy, folks. You want significance? It's the heart of it right there. You do these things as a daily discipline. Again, you go back to what Jim Rohn said. We must all suffer one of two things: pain of discipline or the pain of regret and disappointment. Choose your pain, folks. You want it to be light, or do you want it to bury you? There's I could talk for a long time on this. There's so much stuff here. There's so much stuff here. Daily disciplines, a morning and evening routine, a mastery program. Some kind of a way to get from space to space to space to space in a positive way. The consistency of that's what counts. The consistency of it. That's what counts. Doing it day after day after day after day, consistently, persistently, as a routine that will get you where you want to go. My call to action today for this coming week is set up your own morning and evening routine program and self-disciplines. Go back through this. What are the pieces that you can implement into your self-care? What are the pieces that you can implement into your daily disciplines that you're willing to do, that you're going to choose to do? Choose to do, because that's on you. That's on you. Next week, Friday the 13th. It's wintertime, so I'm not sure the guys are driving their Harleys to Dover. But anyway, Friday the 13th is next Friday. We will be talking about maximizing impact with precision communication. Maximizing impact with precision communication. Bring your friends, bring your journal. Let's do this. Be courageous. Be unapologetically you. You want to be unique? Be you. No one else can do it. Make it another great week. Live out you abundantly with intention. Know that I love you with big hugs. We'll see you next week. And think in your head, who are you being? Who you be? I love you. See you next week.
Thank you for tuning into the Long Bearded Guy Show. You are appreciated and loved. Gordon D. Melville returns Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on the InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, make it another great week, leading with love, powerfully designing, crafting, and living out your positively impactful legacy life you were created for. Big hugs!